Hi, welcome. It's time for a campaign update and a state of my campaign and the state of the union and the state of the world message for. It was supposed to be for Wednesday, and I know it's late. I'm sorry about that, but I've been traveling and having, again, a few health issues, but I'm doing better now. And anyway, it's time for these reports. So, welcome. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2020 and 2024 presidential elections, plus from Congress in 2022. And currently, I'm a possible hopeful for 2028. But with all of that said, I'm still a candidate for 2024 because, it's cold where I am. I have not conceded the election because there is so much fraud in the system. And back in 2020, I don't know if you remember, but Donald Trump was complaining that there was corruption in the system, and this was back in 2020 when he didn't get reelected. And I started to do some research then and discovered, yes, he's correct. There is a lot of corruption. He worked on some of it in some areas, and I worked on it in others. And we found quite a bit of fraud in the system and the different ways that the fraud works. So I don't know if you've been noticing, but lately we've been having more and more conversations about fraudulent ballots, fraudulent voters, illegal aliens voting, and a whole, showing ID or not. All these things are definitely contributing to the amount of fraud and manipulation in the system. And then we have computers calculating up things, and inside of them they have secret software that is going to just do whatever it does. Then I've discovered just this past week that there are a whole bunch of votes that go uncounted because supposedly they were marked wrong. Now, it also could be that the people tallying up some things, maybe they don't like the way that person voted, so they also, can add in a little mark here and there, and then the thing is invalid. So I think we have a couple of issues going on, and it's not, our election system is broken. Plus, our duopoly system is broken. If you've noticed, there are people working in our country who are not getting paid. And I mean, we already had that anyways. We had that with mothers and fathers and grandmothers and caregivers. But now we also have it with, air traffic controllers and other federal workers who are not getting paid. So the duopoly system is broken. It is time for a new system. And I've been saying this since I really discovered the fraud that I discovered back in 2022, especially when my own Secretary of State came out and announced that there were over 380,000 wrong names on the West Virginia voters list in 2020, and probably 2018 and probably 2016, and who knows how far back it goes. So the trouble is that power corrupts. People are greedy and they want power. They want to put their name on it. Hey, I made this. And we have to get over this need for greed. It's very prevalent in the capitalistic system, and it's not healthy. So, anyway, as you know, I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court still. So I'm hoping they will act on it. And then I'm hoping that we will move to maybe we spend some months coming up with a new format for our government, which I'll talk about in the State of the Union, where I give you, the people, the power to vote on many issues. And and you'll be informed. So just to let you know too, West Virginia had a vote this year, but they had it all done by July. And as a U.S. citizen and as a West Virginia citizen, I was not informed. I had no idea there was a vote. So people got voted in West Virginia, and I didn't even have an opportunity to have my voice heard. And as you know too, last election in November, I voted. I spent an hour voting, and they threw out my vote because I wasn't registered to vote. So, anyway, I think some good changes are coming. It's been a painful process, and let's see if we can get it going in a good way. Because it's been a crazy time, and we need all a break. We need our government working for us, not against us. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. What I'm going to focus on in most of my talks today is not only my to-do list on how to what changes I feel are necessary for our country to go forward with. And it's a lot of the topics that we're already talking about right now anyways, and the pathway forward. And then also the fact that one of the main issues is we have a government who is, we claim we have freedom, but we don't. We have a government that is oppressing us. We as adults don't have choices, not as many as we should. And, we are being oppressed by a certain group of people who think that they have a right to oppress us. And this is not acceptable. So my platform is very much letting adults be adults and giving them a safe way of being an adult so that they can experience real choice and real adulthood. Not this pressure, fit in, accusation, you world that we're all talking about, that we're all living in. And it's oppressive. It's not freedom. So anyway, this is the state of my campaign part. And so everything is still up in the air. I'm still waiting for the Supreme Court. In a nutshell. Okay. And that's good. So I will be right back with part 2, which is the State of the Union. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, or Susan. You can find my website. It's susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, usa.com. So have a look, see what's there. And from there, you can find out my Facebook and YouTube. I'm very active on Facebook and YouTube, and also Twitter and Instagram. So I was also on LinkedIn, but I had my phone stolen and I haven't had time to really get back to all the different platforms that I was on before, but I will eventually. So LinkedIn, I have not forgotten about you either. And other Facebook pages, I haven't forgotten about you either. But everything takes time. And so that is the state of my campaign for today. And the union is coming up right after.